Hi everyone, Sam here with Thirsty Bartenders, and today I'm gonna teach you how to make pumpkin spice syrup from scratch. Yes, we're gonna even chop up one of these babies and make our own pumpkin puree. If you want to use the canned pumpkin puree, this recipe will still work for you, so stick around. This homemade pumpkin spice syrup is great in coffee, drizzled over pancakes, and it's especially great in cocktails. If you're somebody who likes to make cocktails, you came to the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. We post videos every Thirsty Thursday. First, let's go over all of the ingredients that you need for your pumpkin spice syrup. Can't be pumpkin spice syrup without some pumpkins. You want to make sure that you get the right type of pumpkin for this syrup. You don't want to throw your jack-o'-lantern into this syrup, okay? It's not gonna taste as good. At your grocery store, look for a pie pumpkin, also known as a sugar pumpkin. It's about this size, and one is plenty for the syrup that we're making today. Just about any homemade syrup is gonna start with some water and some sugar. You can get either light or dark brown sugar. Today we're gonna be using dark brown sugar. I really love the flavors that you get with dark brown sugar. There's a lot of caramels. It's just warm and cozy, and it feels like fall. We're also gonna need some vanilla extract, and then you're gonna need a lot of spices. The 5 spices that we have here on our tray today is ground cinnamon, some ground clove, ground allspice, ginger, and ground nutmeg. So to get this pumpkin nice and soft, we're going to be putting it in the oven. So I went ahead and I preheated the oven to 400 degrees, and now we're gonna cut this baby up and get it ready to bake or roast, or whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna turn our pumpkin on the side, and we're gonna cut off the top. Be very careful, guys. Pumpkins are tough. They're not gonna want you to cut them open, but we're gonna be careful and we're gonna get it done. Voila! Now that we've got the top off, we're gonna flip it and cut it in half. Take your time. Very careful, guys. Don't come for me and my knife skills. Aha! Woo! Look at all those pumpkin seeds in there. So now that we have our pumpkin cut in half, we're gonna scoop out all of the seeds and all of that stringy gooey inside. But we're not gonna throw away the seeds, okay? Pumpkin seeds are my absolute favorite fall snack. We're definitely gonna wanna roast these up later. And I'm also thinking that maybe I'll make a rimming salt with them. Be sure to turn on that notification bell. You're not gonna wanna miss that pumpkin seed rimming salt. Okay. Let's go. Now, you can actually just use a tablespoon for this step. I'm just extra and I have all of the fun tools. I love the smell of pumpkin. I just love carving pumpkins too. Oh yeah, baby. Who else loved to squish this around when they were kids? Squish all this stuff in their hands. Is it just me? I'm the only weirdo? Yes. Now that we cleaned out our pumpkin, we're gonna place it inside facing down on our baking sheet. We're gonna pop this into our preheated oven and we're gonna leave it in there for about 35 minutes. So our 35 minutes are up, and these babies are nice and hot and tender. You can see them smoking and it smells so good in here. So how do you know when your pumpkins are ready to come out of the oven? Here's a little tip. You're gonna take a knife and you're gonna give your pumpkin a little poke, and if the knife goes straight through with ease, she is tender and she is ready to be pureed. Now it's time to peel off the skin of the pumpkin. We're gonna use a fork. So this should come off fairly easily. Woo, right on off. I love how simple this is. It's surprisingly easy to bake and puree a pumpkin. So one side done, the other side to go. Woo! Oh yeah, that one came off so much better than the first one. I love that for me. Now that we have our pumpkin nice and naked, we're gonna cut it up into some smaller pieces, and then we're gonna stick it in our food processor and puree it up. Now, if you don't have a food processor, this will also work in a blender. No excuses. You could still do it. Or you could even use a fork and mash it up. That's gonna be a little time consuming, but you can do that if you wanted to. So we are gonna puree this whole pumpkin, even though we really only need a 1/4 cup for this recipe. It's great to have some pumpkin puree ready and in the fridge, or you can even double up this recipe and make lots of syrup and give it to your friends and family, okay? I'll love you forever for that. All right, let's puree this baby up, shall we? It's looking like some delicious baby food. And there she is, some homemade pumpkin puree. And we're just gonna put that into our Tupperware right here. It smells so good. I can't get over the smell in here. So if you find that your pumpkin puree is looking a bit watery, you should strain it through a cheesecloth or a fine mesh strainer. But mine is looking pretty perfect, if I do say so myself. So I'm just gonna take a 1/4 cup of this and put it into my mixing bowl, and we're gonna begin to add all of our spices. 1/4 cup goes right into our mixing bowl. Let's get our spice tray. The first thing we're going to be adding is 1 whole tablespoon of cinnamon right on into our mixing bowl. Next up, we're adding a 1/4 teaspoon of some ground clove. just like that. A 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. It smells like fall, y'all. A 1/2 teaspoon of some ground ginger and a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Some people like to add the vanilla extract last. If you want to do that, please go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just add it now. And that is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're gonna mix this up with a fork until our pumpkin puree has absorbed all of those spices, and it's gonna look like a nice brown Play-Doh. Pumpkin pie smelling Play-Doh. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna get started on our syrup. Let's turn this on. So we have a 1.5 cups of water and a 1.5 cups of brown sugar. So let's take our water. We're gonna go ahead and put that right into our pot. Any saucepan will do. We're gonna turn our stove to medium-high heat. Start warming up that water, and then we're gonna add our sugar. Okay, so our water is starting to get warm. I'm gonna go ahead and add our sugar. As the water heats up, the sugar will quickly dissolve right on in there. Keep stirring until the sugar is completely dissolved. Okay, so I'm turning the heat down a little bit just because I don't want this to really boil, and it's getting pretty hot. Looking pretty good. If you don't have a clear glass pot like I do, what I'll do is I'll take a spoon and I'll scrape at the bottom of the pot. That way you can check if there's any sugar left at the bottom, but I don't see any down there. We're looking pretty good. Now that our sugar is completely dissolved, we're gonna go ahead and add in our pumpkin spice mixture. This whole thing is gonna go right on in there. Woo! Let's stir that up real good. We're gonna simmer this pumpkin spice syrup for 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Do not let it boil, do not let it burn, okay? Now that our 10 minutes are up, your syrup should be looking a little thick. We're gonna remove it from the heat and let it cool, and then we're gonna get out all of our tools that we're gonna need to strain and bottle our syrup. You're going to need a strainer, a cheesecloth, or you don't even need to strain it if you don't mind a little texture in your syrup. But because we're gonna be using our syrup in cocktails, nobody likes a chunky cocktail, you know? You can strain it directly into your bottle, but I prefer to strain it into something a little bit bigger. Just makes it a little bit easier. Then you're gonna need a funnel to get your syrup into your bottle, or if you have a cool cruise supply bottle like I do, you can actually just twist off the bottom and pour it right on in there. Now let's get to straining. So this process can be a little time consuming, but it's worth it. We're a little bit at a time into our strainer and allow it to do its thing. I like to take a spoon and kind of just help it out, move it around in there, get the party going a little faster. I have a quick tip to speed up the process of straining out the syrup. Every once in a while, go ahead and rinse out the strainer, because if it starts to get too gunked up, you're gonna be here forever. All right, now that that lengthy straining process is over, we have 1 cup and 2/3 of this golden pumpkin goodness. Now let's bottle it up. We're just gonna go right ahead, open up that bottom and pour it in. Look how good that looks. You can store this in your fridge for 2 to 3 weeks, and you're ready to make some cocktails, make some pumpkin spice coffee. The possibilities are endless. If you need some ideas on what to make with this pumpkin spice syrup, be sure to check out our pumpkin spice margarita recipe next. Cheers!